Shameless, disgraceful, catastrophic, shambolic performance from Manchester United against their biggest rivals, that too at home. Okay, fine, we've qualified for the Champions League, but that does not mean we put a performance like that. When we were playing good, we were just playing good. But when we were making mistakes, we were just handing it out to them. The game should have been done and dusted the moment Diogo Jota hit the framework in the second half. That should have been 4-1, and there was no way United would have even seen any hope of returning. We lost 4-2 against our biggest rivals. Not only that, we've given them a brilliant chance of coming back to the Champions League. Because Leicester and Chelsea, the teams that are above them, they will play against each other. So either Chelsea or Leicester will drop points, or both will drop points, and this time Liverpool, and easily Liverpool can now come back from behind and replace either Leicester or Chelsea for the fourth. The repercussions of having Liverpool in the Champions League next season is massive. If they are in for a player, they are way more efficient than us in transfers. They will get their transfers done. The players we are targeting, for example, Jadon Sancho, if Liverpool decide on getting Jadon Sancho, they will just contact him and get the deal done. We are so incompetent in the transfer window that sometimes we feel that even if we are in the Champions League, there will be a player who will choose another team who's not playing the Champions League over us. Like last season, what happened? This Gabriel chose Arsenal over Manchester United. Arsenal, who finished 10th, 9th, I don't know what. They were playing Europa League. We were still playing Champions League. We got knocked out of the Champions League, and then we are playing the Europa League. That's a big difference. Despite we playing on Champions League, and Arsenal, who are both playing Europa League, who finishes 10th every season, they managed to get Gabriel over us. Now I don't know how true. Now I don't know how interested we really were on getting Gabriel. That is a fair point. But if as it is, Chelsea will go and spend big. There are rumors that we will spend big because of the protests that we are doing. But what is the point in going big for the wrong player? This is what we have been doing for the last many years. We have been going big for the trashiest of players. I don't know what to do. I do not know what to say. If Liverpool win all their matches, they are in the top 4. And if they are in the top 4, they get Champions League spot. If they get Champions League spot, they do go out and get good players. If by any chance we are really interested in Jadon Sancho will see what happened last season, how incompetent we were in getting him. We should know, we didn't show any ambitions on getting him. We didn't commit to him. He very well now will see this Liverpool side, who's already a Champions League winning side. We saw today, and it is so likely that he might just go to Liverpool over us, and that's another transfer that we would have failed. And if we fail to get Jadon Sancho, you know what will happen? More pressure will mount on the Glazers, and more pressure will mount on the board. Once the pressure mounts on the board, they will make silly mistakes. And what are those silly mistakes? They will spend rash money on last moment signings, which will not help United move forward. There will come a stagnancy. I know this board. I've seen this way too often happening before. We had the opportunity today to stop them from getting Champions League football, but we messed up. We performed like that. It just showed that those Liverpool players wanted it more than the United players, and it is so shambolic. Such a weak performance. I told you in my last video that there are 3 frailties that we have: Lindelof, Fred, and McTominay. Is what went wrong with United today? The most important game of the season. We have qualified, but this is Liverpool. You can't even switch off for once against Liverpool. McTominay and Fred are basically there to stop the ball from penetration. They do that pretty well. But what Fred can't do is everything that a CDM should be able to do. Pass, he can't do. Run with the ball, he can't do. Defend like a proper CDM, he can't do. What can he do? 2 players who require each other's assistant to exist in a game. How can you have Fred, who is completely dependent on McTominay, and McTominay, who is completely dependent on Fred's tenacity, to actually win you a game of this stature? Players do not make up for another player's mishaps. And I have nothing against Fred. I feel there are some games that are suited to him that he plays, and he plays a very very important role for only that match. But this match did not suit him, and that was not his fault. That was the management's fault. That was the manager's fault. That was Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's fault. That's why when the 62nd minute Greenwood came out, we started attacking their weakness, which is their defense. And once that happened, we got a goal back and we almost scored the third goal. Imagine if that was the case from the very beginning. We would have won that game, because Liverpool's defense is not at all great. We saw it with the first goal Bruno Fernandes scored. It is shambolic. If you apply a little bit pressure, you will get a chance against them. What they did was they applied pressure on our weakness. Our weakness started shaking, and that's where the goals came from. Liverpool, as they do, they were so direct that the midfield did not really have to do much. What they did was, once our midfield got the ball, they started attacking us, they started pressing us so high that we started making mistakes. They got the ball and they scored. Lindelof and Fred started their careers in Manchester United. There was one common thing between them which came up today. They were really good at losing the ball. When pressure is applied to them, they will make a mistake, and that is exactly what happened. The experience of Fabinho, the experience of Thiago, the experience of Wijnaldum was evident today. They outsmarted us with their experience. They didn't even have to show their quality, and I think that is where we lost the game. Otherwise, our attack is one of the best in Europe. If the Glazers do not go out and sign 5 to 6 quality players, we are heavily playing catch up with Man City, that are already up there, with Chelsea, who only require 2 or 3 more players to get their best 11 and to secure a decent bench, which is a second 11, with Liverpool, that are getting their players back and will be stronger if they reach the Champions League and they are allowed to make those transfers, because players want to play for them. As a result, if we are in for the same players, there is 90% chance that they would choose to go to Liverpool instead of coming to Manchester United. We need one transfer window where we require 5 to 6 to give Oli a chance next season. Shambolic, atrocious, shameless display by Manchester United on the biggest game of the season against Liverpool. Not only is it embarrassing, losing 4-2 at home, but we've also allowed a chance, a very good chance for them to return to the Champions League and further strengthen the squad they had. This is Ayush, and I'll see you guys later.